Up to now, we've spoken about the essential pillars of Hajj and Umrah. We said that there is the intention, which is the intention of entering into Ihram and entering into Ihram. Secondly, there is the Tawaf, the circumambulation around the house. There is the Sa'i, the walking between Safa and Marwa. And the fourth pillar of Hajj, specifically, not for Umrah, is to stand at the mount or the plain of Arafah. Because the Prophet ﷺ clearly said Al-Hajj Arafah, indicating that a large part of Hajj is standing at Arafah. And Arafah is a known site. It's a plain which is a very it's like barren land really, and has a small mountain within the middle of it called the Mount of Al-Rahmah, Jabal Al-Rahmah. Now that is part of Hajj, so a person has to stand there. Now, because standing there can, it's a very big term. Even if a person just goes there, attends Arafah, even if it's just for a moment, then he or she has done the minimal requirement of that pillar. So just going to Arafah, standing there for a moment will suffice. Now Arafah starts from the night preceding it, so it starts from the Maghrib time, which precedes the actual day, because the day usually precedes the night. The night precedes the day in the Islamic scheme of things. So the night preceding the actual day of Arafah, the 9th of Dhul Hijjah, that is when the night of Arafah starts. And then it extends all the way, not to the Maghrib of the day of Arafah, but extends to the Fajr of the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. So it's the only day, if you like, which has 2 nights from a fiqh perspective. So if you stand any time between essentially it's somewhere between 30 hours, so it's not there 24 hours, more than that, then you would have achieved the pillar. Now that is the basic obligation to do there. But obviously a person is going to Hajj, they're going there seeking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, seeking the reward of Allah, and Arafah is that great opportunity to stand at that plane which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is focused on looking at people in that day, looking and showing off those people who have come there, Arafah, showing them off to his angels and saying, look at my slaves, they have come here, and look at their state, they're dusty, they're disheveled, they're unkempt, their hair is unkempt, and so on. It's a great time to turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for asking Allah whatever you want. So a person is not going to just go there for a moment, going to try to stay there as long as possible, preferably to combine between day and night, so to stay some of the night as well as most of the day there in Arafah. Need to try to make use of this opportunity, which is very much, a lot of people say this is a similar reminder of how people will stand on the Day of Judgment. It's an open land, everybody there is gathered, and they're all turning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. People are praying, people are making dua, people are dhikr, and so on. And to be engaged in remembrance of Allah, thinking about reality, pondering, reflecting, and turning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is what a person should be doing as much as possible. Now it's recommended to pray Dhuhr and Asr combined at the earlier time, so more towards time of Dhuhr, so that you are then freed to engage in dua. And even when Maghrib time enters, don't pray Maghrib and Isha, just then wait until you reach the next station, which is Muzdalifah, and that's when you are praying Maghrib and Isha delay. So it's really about focusing that time on as much ibadah, as much dua, as much focus on dhikr, remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as possible. If you are able, you have the strength to stand in the sun a little bit, is also recommended. If you are able to go to the Mount of Al-Rahmah, which is known as also the Sakharat, the rocks, and to stand there, also recommended, something that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did. If you can pray that Dhuhr and Asr at Masjid Namira, or sometimes known as Masjid Ibrahim, to go there and to listen to the khutbah is also recommended if you wish to do so. So a lot of things there for a person to engage on the day of Arafah. Like I say, to spend as much of the day as possible, and then once Maghrib time is entered, that's when you will be making the preparations to go and leave to the next station. On finishing the standing of Arafah, you would have finished the fourth pillar of Hajj, and then only remains for you is one further pillar, but there are other things which are obligatory that a person should do for their Hajj to be counted.